Well, welcome back to the mountains, or if you're a first time viewer, where the hell have you been? So, back in Wales, back in Snowdonia, back in the mountains, and heading up. Doesn't look that attractive from here, to be honest. Heading up Moel Eilio, and from here it just looks like a bit of a kind of nondescript lump, but it's the views from the top that I'm after. This is an old quarry, so it's not that attractive, but I'll give you a sense of over there, Elodie Vawr, and you've seen kind of me if you've watched the previous video of me up at Elodie Vawr, and then in the last but one film I was up on Moel Eilio, so that's further over. So I'm heading up. Looks like it's going to be a bit of a kind of slow trudge up. Some guys coming down on bikes, motorbikes I think, which would be a pisser, but pardon the French. But off we go, and I'll see you soon. It's quite cold. It was snowing on Snowdon this week, so it's a bit of a wind, but sun's coming and going. So see you soon. Well, I'm I think about halfway up Moel Eilio, but I mentioned those bikes. Don't know if you can see this. Three motorbikes came past. When I was parking up, I saw them going up, and they've obviously come back down. But look at that. There's a track there, two tracks there. So that's coming up and coming down. Now the paths are eroding enough as it is, but I don't wish to sound like a killjoy, but that path might not recover this year from that, and it's just the idea of riding your motorbike up to the top of the hill and then riding the motorbike back down again, because they're literally 5 minutes up and down, and I'm looking up, I can see other areas where kind of the path's been churned up by the bikes. Now I know, you know, me walking has an erosive effect, but those bikes probably did kind of 100 times more damage. So anyway, just thought I'd have a bit of a moan about that. But I can't see it. I'm just trying to get over this little bit of a peak, see if I can give you a sneak preview of Snowdon. Quite different from when I was on Moel Eilio. Oh, can we see it? Can you see it? Can you see it? So when I was on Moel Eilio, didn't get to see the summit of Snowdon the whole time. But there we go, in the sunshine. And these clouds are blowing this way. So you're getting, so you can see over there on the side of the valley, hopefully, patches of light and shade. So I'm quite looking forward to being at the top. The top's just up there, so quite looking forward to being at the top and see what I can get. And I bought my here we go, perfect example. Look at that, look at that. That is just kind of 4 inches wide, 2 inch deep. That's a motorbike. I'm not sure why it's legal actually to ride your motorbike up here, but anyway, I bought my 1740 and I've got my 7200, so depending what I can see from the top, oh, and that's Anglesey behind me, depending what I can see from the top, might try different combinations of focal lengths. So not far to go now, and it's not a bad walk. I can feel it a little bit, but I'm not really out of breath too much. It kind of comes up in steps. I think the last little bit's going to be steep, but no pain, no gain. Well, made it to the top, which is up there. It's about 500 yards up that way. Not bad actually. It took me 40 minutes from the car to the top. It's not the most, I'll turn my back to the window. It's not the most challenging. There's kind of, you go up a bit of a slope, flat slope, flat slope, so you get plenty of time to kind of recuperate. But look what's greeted me. Look at that, look at that. Snowdon, bit of cloud. I'm going to act now, sorry. There we go. So I'll talk you through what I'm doing in a second, but I've got to act quick, got to act quick. Get that. Get that. Get that. Get that. Sorry about that. So that's why I'm acting. That bit of light has just arrived, and I'm talk you through what I'm trying to achieve now. So just give me a second. Get that a bit. So I'll show you. Obviously there's this style here and a bit of wall. What I want to do is get an image that encompasses the style and the wall, Snowdon in the background, and then spins round through the lake down there. Don't know if you can see. There's the Llanberis route up Snowdon, and then there's the Eilio Fawr and Moel Goch and Igon and Iglida. Is it Iglida? No, Glida Fawr. So I'm getting that, but you'll see. Well, let's do it live. There's my, I'll brighten that so you can see. I'm starting with a portrait and I'm working through a panorama like this. Because there's not really a good place. Just get this exposure right and then I'll talk you through. I've got a filter in, I'm on f16. I've yeah, I'm going to go there. So one there. Got to move quick because of the sun's moving. Got to move quick. Got to move quick. Got to move quick. The reason I got to move quick is when I come to blend them together. If I paused, so if I paused and allowed the sun to move, the blending's really kind of challenging because you've got sun in different places. So sorry about the wind. So there's not really a place. I'll show you. There's ideally I'd be over here somewhere, but this fence is in the way and it's quite ugly. So I'd like to be over there, but there's this just ugly wire fence in the way, and then you can't see the lake. So if you come across, you can't see the lake until you get here. Right, sun's shining on that a little bit. Sun's shining a little bit on the, is it going to shine a bit more? Yes it is. In any second the sun is going to shine on the style and the wall. Believe me, I can feel it coming. I can feel it coming. I really apologies about the wind, but not much I can do about it, and it's quite cold. Right, come on sun, do your thing. There we go. Right, there's the sun shining. Don't want it too bright. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now there's the problem. That's the problem I come across. The sun's now shining on this ground in the foreground, but not in the valley. So if I take an image now, it's just got like really blown out and lose all the detail in the valley. So you've got to get the kind of balance right. But I've used hyperfocal distance because I want the style, the wall and the mountains in focus. As I said, I've got my polarizer in and hopefully that works. So I'm going to stick that. It's unusually, the wind's coming from the east. So normally it's, oh sorry, I should have said, so film before last, I was down on Moel Eilio, which is over there. So you know, you can see I'm actually a little bit higher than I was there. But yeah, got to move fast. Yeah, so the wind's coming from the east, and normally it comes from the west. So I'm normally looking that way to see where what the weather's doing. Actually, the weather's coming from that direction. So these clouds are breaking up. So we're getting this lovely stippled, mottled sun effect. So I'm going to take some more here, and then might have a bit. So there's some nice. I don't know if I can get anything there. There's some. Looks like some nice crags and stuff. So try that as well. Going well so far. it's blowing an absolute hoolie. But look at that. Look at that. Perfect. In fact, sorry, got to work. So I've got I've moved. So earlier I was a bit over there, and I've come a little bit away, and I'll show you. Oh, hang on, I've got to take some photos. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Gee, look at that. Look at that. Look. Oh, just. Oh, Jesus. Pardon me. Just look. So I'll show you the composition quickly. Look, got the wall coming across from rule of thirds. Got Snowdon on the rule of thirds. Got this kind of bend in the mountains. The sun is so perfect at the moment. It's gonna yes. I'm underexposing because I'm going for the light. Ah, you beauty, you absolute beauty. But I've gone. Sorry, I'm going to keep saying. I've gone. So you can see the tripod. It looks like a little bit like a drunk giraffe, and it's. Don't want to move away from it in the wind. So, got this wall in the foreground. The reason I'm up high is because I want to be able to see over the wall a little bit, and so I've lifted my tripod to the full extent. So I'll show you actually. So that's the view more or less with the tripod, the camera at the normal level, and then does that give you the right impression? I'll do that again. So you can't really see over the wall from down here, but if you come up, and we're up there. So hopefully that makes sense. It's not that stable, but I am a happy bunny. I am a happy bunny. Look at that. I would swear, but probably get banned from YouTube. But that is just the dog's testicles. But I'm gonna probably taking enough of that. Maybe one more. Well, there's always one more, isn't there? I had a nice chat with some people from Belgium as well who were on holiday, so that was nice. But it's really the other thing I should say. I'm going to turn that off, save some battery, and I'm going to let that down just so I can move away a bit. It's really clear. So I guess the wind's coming from an unusual angle, but it's really clear. You can pick out the details. So I can pick out the details in Snowdon kind of really obviously. So it's brilliant, absolutely brilliant. And look, that's gone now. So those clouds have come across. The sun is closed. The sun is gone, and that's that. I'll bring you over here, and this is going to be terrible for wind, but I've been trying to look at that. As soon as I get near the edge, it's absolutely raging. So it's quite hard. Hopefully you can see it's quite hard to do anything over there because it's just blowing so strong. I'm going to try in a minute or two, but I won't be able to record anything because it's just the wind is buffeting too much. So what I'm going to try and do is take some images looking down the sweep of the kind of the cliff edge and the valley. So it sweeps round. Hopefully you're getting that. It sweeps round. You can see that sweep. What I want to do is get somewhere on the edge and make the most of that sweep round. But when the sun comes back. But I apologise, but I won't be able to record anything there because it's far too windy. But I'll try, and then if it works, you'll see the images. But yeah, did I mention I got my shorts on? All right, see you soon. Well, you might have seen from that clip, it was really windy. So it was ridiculously windy. I took my phone out of my pocket at one point to do some depth of field calculation, and the wind just almost blew the phone out of my hand. It's that windy, and it was definitely windy enough to blow me off my feet. So I had my tripod. I kind of had one leg wrapped around my tripod and kind of holding onto the camera because it was. I was worried it was going to blow over. But I think I got a couple of decent shots despite the wind, and I was just thinking I'd definitely come back to the same spot in different weather conditions. Although, so what I'm doing now, I'm just sat now against this fence because there's my camera, there's that style, and it kind of cloud level has dropped a bit. So I'm just sat waiting for some of the cloud to shift or some light to happen, which, you know, the reality of landscape photography is you end up spending a lot of time just sat around doing nothing. But yeah, I got some quick shots over near the edge, but they were quick shots. But I would come back in different weather conditions to this spot because you get such a good view over Snowdon and the surrounding hills. Although if it was a clear day, it wouldn't be a great place to be. If it's uniformly lit, the problem would be you lose all sense of depth in the mountains. Oh, there's the wind again. I think the wind gods are after me. So yeah. So if it was uniformly lit and there were no clouds, you lose all sense of depth in the mountains. So you'd have to be here either at dawn or dusk. So during the day you wouldn't get any of the depth. But yeah, I'm kind of enjoying it so far. I'm just contemplating how long do I stick it out. There's a bit of there's a bit of sun shining over in the distance, so I'll wait and see what happens there. But fingers crossed something does happen. So on my way back down, there's the summit of Moel Eilio, and I'm in this little, a little bit to get out of the wind actually, in this little stone-built building. I don't know what this would have been. There's a door, and there's a tiny window. Don't know whether that's actually deliberate. It's interesting. I saw this on the way up and thought if the conditions were right on the way down, it'd be quite nice. I'll show you on the outside in a minute, but I wanted to talk to you inside because it's the wind. The reason I'm on my way back down is the wind got stronger and stronger and stronger, and the cloud level dropped a little bit. But I thought if the conditions were right, this would be quite nice because looking one way, I'll just go into the corner so you can see. Looking one way, you've got Snowdon, and looking the other way, you've got Elodie Vawr and Ugarn and so on and so forth. Glider Vawr. Oh, I always get Glider Vawr and Glider Vac mixed up, but and it's reasonable at the moment. But if I step outside, you'll see why. Immediately, I'm in the wind. So Llanberis is down there. So you can see it'd be a decent composition. You know, if there was a bit of sun, use this in the foreground, a bit of sun on Snowdon or that way. But I'm not going to do it today. But it's one of those things I'll write down in my book and keep it. But you can hear the difference probably from inside and outside with the wind. So I'm heading back about, well, I'm 3/4 of the way down, to be honest, so probably 15 minutes and I'll be back at the car. So and out comes the sun. So I think I got some decent images earlier. I got quite excited, as you probably tell. So I'm hoping they process well and be interested in your comments. So well, I'll show you now. So there's that little building. I thought it'd make quite a nice composition. Not looking that way because that's a bit boring, but looking that way. So might come back when I get a chance. So I hope you enjoy the trip up Moel Eilio, and hope you enjoyed the film. And I'll see you next time. Although it might be more than a week till the next one because I've got lots of stuff on. but I'll see if I can manage to fit something in. So got all that wind strong. So see you again very soon.